introduces this subject in first part, and sir, are you getting me?
Yes.
Yes, sir. First of all, I will try to explain what is reincarnation, and especially in our theosophy, why we are thinking that way. I've learned all over the things that every Vedas and all the things correlated the same as in our theosophy. Reincarnation, it is a birth, rebirth, the descent of human soul into the successive physical bodies. Each man has to pass through many lives, returning to earth again and again and dwelling each time in different earthly body according to the law of karma, whereby each one reaps whatever he sown in previous life. This is a condition, whatever we are doing in this life, the same is to be, if you are doing good for in this life and this, when we are here, and after the completion of this life, once you are again coming back to earth, as per your karma, means whatever you are doing is a good thing or bad thing is to be returned to you. uh, so you cannot leave whatever the things हमने सुना कि जो आप बोते हो वही आपको मिलता है. So this is the basic things is reincarnation. The first question started with the, can there not be a special creation by God for each soul? There can be three explanation of human inequalities, of difference of faculties, opportunities, and circumstances. The scientific law of heredity, the special creation by God, and reincarnation. You have refuted the first. What's about the second? The second one is the law of evolution is accepted on all hands for everything except man. What begins in time must end in time. जो शुरू होता है उसको खत्म होना है. Once anything is starting, that is to be over. And the idea of a special creation involves correct correlative and annihilation at death. But the spiritual intelligence called man is supposed to have no individual past, though it is admitted to have an endless future, which looks like a stick existing with one and only. A man's character on which his whole destiny depends is on his hypothesis especially created for him by God and imposed on him without any choice of his own. If he is gifted with a noble nature and fine capabilities, he may be thankful, although he has done nothing to deserve it. If he inherits a congenital disease, congenital on mere choice or on a whim or arbitrary will of God. But if this be so, where is the justice of the all just God? Say nothing of the love of the all loving Father. It is sometimes said that all these things will be adjusted in the life to come. This may be so, but it does not give any rational explanation as to why they are so in the light here. Nor does it seem reasonable, especially to the exclude human life on the earth from the scope of the law and order of the exquisite design and purpose which obtain everywhere in the natural world. Again, a babe dies a few hours after the birth. After a spirit has especially created for it, that spirit will be the poorer for even for missing the life and its experience on the earth. That baby has not got any experience on the earth, but in earthly experience, they have no use later on. And in life on earth has no permanent value except that of being judged for eternal hell and eternal heaven. A spirit coming into the body which lives up to the old age may be said to be badly treated, as it has to endure trouble, misery, and sins, and to run the risk of going to hell at last, whereas the babe runs no risk, suffers no misery, and is as well off in the end of the other spirit. Moreover, this theory makes God a servant of human, as he may have no way to creating a new soul till a man impels by the passion positive material for a physical body. Again, though on the other hand, God is said to punish those who go astray. On the other hand, he himself creates a new soul for bodies, thus provides by immoral means. Hence, the theory of a special creation also seems illogical, unjust, and absurd, leaving only reincarnation as the most reasonable and just explanation. Uh, a baby is coming to the world, and again, after a few hours, it is getting bad. The soul is going back to the same place, and God has to create it again and again. And this time, what is the use of that? Either God is having this one, is creating a baby, and it is without experience. Where is going? Is going in heaven. It cannot be just by its karma, because a babe has not been observed or judged because of the few hours he has got on the earth and taken back to the heaven. One more objection: if there is no special creation, there must be fixed number of human egos who returns to earth over and over again. Who can be increase the population in the world be explained? There is now a fixed number of human spirit, about 60,000 million, that form our humanity. Up to a certain point in evolution, there was an influx from the animal to the animal kingdom, but that point is long since past. Of course, a few from the animal kingdom still occasionally get individualized and enter the human kingdom, but the number of inappreciable, as it is also that which leaves our humanity for superhuman evolution. Thus, the number of spirits that forms our humanity practically keeps constant. So, the number of egos is thus fixed with those actually in incarnation at any one time from a very small minority, about 1 in 32. Of the total number, the population of the whole world being counted at about 1,850 millions against the total number of spirits of about 60,000 millions. Many are in the astral and mental planes and remain longer away from the earth as they evolve. The advanced soul in incarnating more slowly than the less developed ones. The world can be compared to a town hall which may be half empty, full, or overcrowded. The total population of the town remains completely constant, and uh, and a little quickening of reincarnation or shortening of heaven period would increase the physical population of the globe very greatly without any increase in the mental number of incarnating spirits. Moreover, there is no reliable proof that the population of our earth has increased, for though the census may be fairly accurate in some countries, it is mere guesswork is thickly populated countries like China. Next question comes to now about reincarnation, but its necessity. Reincarnation is necessary logically, scientifically, and morally. Please explain in detail first what is the argument for logic from logic. Reincarnation is necessary logically, as without it, with nothing to satisfy the reason, life is a hopeless riddle. Is there any purpose in our life between the cradle and the grave? Do we or do we not prepare ourselves in some way for the life beyond death? If there is a life of happiness on the other side of death, it is earned in some way, either by resisting temptation or by positive well-doing. If effort of necessary for earning the heavenly life, the case seems hard for the babe who died in infancy and has no chance, or perhaps it is that such a one having done no wrong enters heaven. Then it seems hard for others who have to live a long life of temptation and dangers, who turn who run the risk of going to hell at last. While again in that case, every mother should pray not that her newborn baby might live and thrive, but that is that it should die immediately. Also, if the result of the same, so that a babe dying in infancy and a good man living up to the right old age both go to heaven, then life is as near and worse than useless as it is full of needless pain and misery. Moreover, if heavenly life is to be entered by the individual effort, equal chances must be given to all. But we see that it is not so when men are born differently and different powers, capabilities, and opportunities and amid different circumstances and environment. One is serves as imbecile or uh, congenital criminal and another endowed with the good tendencies and favorable opportunities. Nor can it be that little is expected from one and much from the others, for it would be but the admission that this life is needless and that it is right that one should pass here a life of ignorance and pain, and the other of refinement and pleasure, yet both reap the same result. Nor will it do to say that one receives a higher seat in the heaven because of its greater difficulties here for them, then the other may demand that he too should receive an equal chance to reach the highest. All the problem seems difficult to solve, but the theory of reincarnation makes everything readily intelligible, take a service without mind, or a moral who find his own wife the most convenient thing for him. It's his parents when they are no longer useful, and his own children because they are not at useful. He murdered the robs, he drinks, and is eventually killed by the one stronger than himself. Is that narrow, brutal life all the world has to give him, which to some is so fair, marvelous, and full of beauty? What is to become of him on the other side of death? He cannot be sent to heaven. And it is hardly fair to send him into hell. Now look at him in the light of reincarnation after his physical body is struck away and he got to the intermediate world. It discovers that those he killed are all living and that not having forgotten the past, they have a very unpleasant welcome for him. He thus begins to learn for his first lesson that if he kills a man one day, he will meet him the next day. He does not learn that in the one life, but takes many lives to do so. Again, some good after death experience he will have in the heaven world. He will have had some little affection for his wife and children before and greater need of hunger overbore it, and that little germs will grow and make him happy and will be changed into a moral quality with, with which he will be reborn and will also bring the tendency of hesitate before staying. Thus, each life is he gathered experience transmutes them into qualities and faculties and thereby grew a little more civilized till he comes to the point at which our children are being born today. Again, in reincarnation, it's not a fact. What becomes of the qualities which would even in the life with effort and difficulty? A man become wise when he has attained old age, but he dies when it is most valuable and if being irretrievably saved or demand is taken into worlds where that knowledge acquired through many experience is useless forever. The whole of human life becomes irrational. But reincarnation explains that man is reborn and those qualities as a part of his character, and therefore nothing is lost. Thus, the more one thinks on reasonable and logical lines, the more inevitable his reincarnation seem to be. As the reincarnation process uh, we can say the changes of the quality of a man is also necessary. Once a man that was very brutal, once goes to the heavenly life and just see the whatever he has done, they are coming in the next life. So once he is coming back to the earth, he is trying to change his attitude, his way of thinking, his goodness is coming inside him. So a lot of changes, one or two times or three times is coming back on earth and reincarnation process is going on. The man is changing into a good man from a bad man. Second question is, what is scientific necessity of reincarnation? Science now demands reincarnation in order to complete the theory of evolution. There are great doctrines of evolution which may be said to divide the scientific world. The first is to evolutionary teaching of Charles Darwin, and second is later teaching of Weismann. Both These doctrines, important as they are used, they need the teaching of reincarnation in order to complete them. For under both certain questions arises to which reincarnation gives the only answer, taking Darwin's evolution teaching in the broadest possible light. Two great points can come out as dealing with the progress of intelligence and of morality. Thus, the idea that qualities are transmitted from parents to offspring, and that by accumulated force of that transmission, intelligence and morality develop. The as step after step is taken by humankind. The result of the climbing the transmitted to the offspring, who starting as it were forms a platform built up by a past, are able to climb further in the present and transmit enriched to their prosperity and legacy that they receive. Secondly, side by side with the stand the doctrine of conflict of what is called survival of the fittest, the qualities which enable some to survive, and by the survival to hand down to their progeny those qualities that gave them an advantage in struggle for existence. So now those two chief points, transmission of qualities from the parents to also survival of the fittest in the struggle of existence, are two of the problems that are very difficult to deal with the form of ordinary Darwin's standpoint. Taking at the second point, how are social and moral qualities evolved? Certainly not by the struggle and existence. The qualities that are the most purely human: compassion, love, sympathy, sacrifice of the strong for the protection of the weak, the willingness to give one's life for the benefit of others, are the qualities that we recognize as a human against the qualities that we share with the brute. The more of these qualities shows out in man, the more human is man considered to be. But those who sacrifice themselves die out among the social animal and even among the fierce, the beast of the prey, the most sacrifice himself, the most sacrifice herself for the hopeless free. Conquering the law of self reserve as the mother bird of the mother or the mother animal will sacrifice her own life in order to draw away her enemies. Man from the grave or the hiding place where her young ones are hidden, mother love, triumphing even over the love of life. But the dies in us in the sacrifice, those who choose it most perish sacrifice maternal affection. And among men, the social and the moral qualities are evolved not by the struggle for the existence, but the keenest pain and the most unscrupulous conscience carries a day. The human qualities, ten, tenderness and compassion can be evolved by self-sacrifice. But there, as in the animal kingdom, the man who sacrifices himself dies, and in the social virtue of the human virtue tend to kill out their processors and to lead the more selfish and more brutal life. How can we explain in man the growth of the spirit of self-sacrifice? the continuing growth of the most divine qualities which capacitate the man for the struggle of existence. Those who have studied Darwin's writing know that question is not fully faced there and is rather evaded them. Answer. Reincarnation gives the answer that in the continuing life, whether the of the animal or of the man, the self-sacrifice steers up on the side of character, a new power, a new life, a compelling strength which comes back over and over again to the world in ever higher and higher manifestation that the form of mother faces the mother soul survives and the comes back time after time, and that those who are such mother souls are trained on what's first in the good kingdom and then in the human kingdom, so that that which is gained by the soul at the sacrifice of the body come back in the reincarnating soul place and the live the world. Thus, every martyr who dies uh, truthy, for the truth, every hero who sacrifices his life for his country, every doctor who loses his life in a combat with some terrible disease, every mother who sacrifices herself for her child looks back to the earth, the richer for the sacrifice, with those qualities brought, uh, brought into the soul's very nature and reaps the result of the self-sacrifice and greater power to help. Then regarding the first point, transmission of qualities, Wisman has established two fundamental facts. First, the continuity of physical life, and it will be seen that to be completed need the continuity of intellectual and moral life. The reason for the latter along the Wisman line is a second fundamental fact. The mental and the moral and other acquired qualities are not transferred to offspring, and they can now only be transmitted only they have worked themselves slowly and by degree into the very fabric of the physical body of people concerned. Mental and more moral qualities are being transmitted. Where can we have the reason for human progress unless side by side with the continuity of protoplasm, we have the continuity of the evolving, developing soul. That continuity of the evolving soul is necessary also because, along with the same theory, backed up as it is by the fact of observation, we find it the higher the organism, the greater the tendency towards the sterility and towards a very great limiting of the number of offspring produced. In fact, it is becoming almost the commonplace in science that genius is sterile, and by that the genius does not tend to the first place, largely uh, increase the human increase the number of race, and secondly the even when the genius has a child, the child does not show the qualities and genius or qualities of genius, but for the most part of commonplace, tending even to be below the average of the time. Genius is to be found along two special lines, that is pure intelligence and virtue, and that is that of the art which demands a cooperation of the physical body. The first us little uh, and anything from the physical heredity. But we cannot have the great genius in music unless we have with the specialized physical law, with the delegation of nervous or organization, uh, fineness of genes and the keepings of ears. The physical factor are required in order to musical genius may show itself forth at its highest. There the population of physical heredity is demanded. When we retain the stories of the musical genius, we found that he is the generally in the musical families that for two or them generations unfold at the great points and the amount of musical talent has been marked in the family in which he appears, and that when the genius appears, the musical talent dies out and the family goes back into the ordinary of the astral people. The, the family now in the is not the genius, when the genius does not have on the genius to his positivity. All of the human ladder, the greatest saint and the novelist intelligent genius built by the slow degree, built up by countless struggle, by failure as well as victory, by evil that as well as good. Devils of the past are the steps whereon man rises into virtue, so that even in the lowest criminal we see the promises of divinity. He too shall rise where the saint is standing, and in all the men, children of men, God shall be last be seen. That explains why man should have progress. Even though this man be right when he sees that acquired qualities are not transmitted, for those mental and moral qualities are not the gift of parents. They are the hard one, won as well as the victory of the individual soul. And each soul comes back to his birth into the new body with the result of its past, lives in his hand to go with the present. This reincarnation with its lesson in the evolution of life fills up the gap in the scientific theory and make intelligible the progress of character and intelligence side by side with the evolution of form. Again, whatever we go through nature looking at the things of the same kind, we find them at different stages of growth, and we constantly find the more developed creature marked of the past along which we have evolved. And similarly, when we look at the man, we see all the stages of the intelligence and all the stages of moral growth. How are they to be explained scientifically? Certainly not by the principle thrown out everywhere by science of sudden creation, of sudden appearance without cause, without antecedents without anything to explain it. Then why this great difference, or why even the small difference? If we see growth, we are on sound scientific ground, because everywhere in nature we see growth, difference of size, difference of development, and the marks of growth of intelligence and the morality, and that we see among the men are clear sign of the past of different the differences of soul is moreover defined in human intelligence marks of its past. Similar to the marks of the past in human bodies, intelligence in a new body swiftly runs over the past evolution, and all careful observer of the unfolding the intelligence in the child. Well, all question, firstly I have completed till the till I have been given the task.
Okay.
Now, actually, I want to say something that is written in Hindi also. I've just gone through some subjects, some different uh, writers. The you can say the summary of this. I can understand the full gen. Some of them have already told that पूर्व जन्म का कारण सांसारिक पदार्थों की आसक्ति. You can say everybody is he has not completed his own what he wants to complete in this life. It is a gap in their mind. He has to come back and he has to complete their work what he has not done. This is the one thing. Reincarnation is might be a reason to again and again come back. Second reason might be that they are having mental bodies. Our soul once goes to the higher plane. They have their mind what they have, how many lives they have already completed, but they have their some, you can say, their feelings with the human body. Their mothers, their fathers who are living, who are not, we are on the earth, and he is not in earth. He is trying to come back to the same family or nearby the family. This might be the reason was already discussed about. Uh, they are trying to come back whenever they complete their life in the heaven or hell. They might be come back to the earth. The things, whatever I could understand, whenever you could not understand what you are, what your inner sense is, what is your soul, what is the power of your soul. You cannot be. आप मर जाते हो पर आप नहीं रहते हो, बट आपका सोल हमेशा जिंदा रहता है. If we are whatever time it takes to learn these things, we have to come back to earth. Once you are completely knowing about you, about your inner things, this journey is might be over, and you can understand your soul also. Sir, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now I invite anyone like Professor C.S. Inde and Dr. Susmaji. If they like to add anything, they can add.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much for the information that Theosophy gives to the world about the reincarnation. Reincarnation is the law of necessity. Without reincarnation, we cannot be perfect. We are imperfect. And to be perfect, one life is not enough. Any faculty, if you see, one life is not enough. Even I was working in the library and I see there are so many books. And one life is not enough to go each and every book and just handle it. So many books, so many manuscripts are there. And we remember, one life is not enough. There has to be many, many lives. And therefore it is said, the soul or the inner being is always desiring or seeking to merge into the infinity. That is his inner desire. And that inner desire makes him to imagine whether this life is the only life or we will finish everything in this life or not. This is what, as you said in that book, logically, as there are subhuman kingdoms, in the same manner, after the human kingdom, there are superhuman kingdoms. Then Deva kingdom and all these. So they are there, superior to us. So man thinking of not only the self-conscious, but also he thought about the superconscious. And then logically he has accepted. And we, the members of the Theosophical Society, believe in reincarnation as the law of necessity in evolution. It is, see, day by day, we get up early in the morning. Is it not a new day? We are not the same day experiencing. It is definitely a new day. Even if you think scientifically, the earth is rotating around the sun, and the next day, we are not at the same place in the space. We are at different place in the space, and that space, that surrounding definitely affects us in our subtler bodies. As we believe in our subtler bodies, they affect us. So every day is a new day. So get up early in the morning and see the new day and experience it freshly is also a kind of experiment to be wise and perfect. These are the certain hints to believe in the reincarnation, because soul grows life after life. And in Theosophy it is said, to liberation, 777 lives are required on this earth. So we don't know which life we are leading now. But Theosophy believes in reincarnation as the law of necessity, as the soul grows life after life. In the same manner, then human civilization also grows. Civilization after civilization, humanity grows. So what is this humanity? We are serving humanity. Humanity is this love, kindness, compassion. These are the qualities of the humanity. And these qualities won't come in one life. It requires many lives. And then it is reflected in our civilization. We have been fighting. We are facing now the Third World War also in mini form. But still we are fighting. The war is not ended. So our civilization has not reached that perfection of understanding of oneness of life. We are very eager to kill others. So this indicates our human civilization grows, rather humanity in us, in everyone, because human consciousness is one, and the human qualities won't grow unless it passed through the civilization of the civilization. So this is all really, one must give a serious thought for the reincarnation. And the wise one have asked, what is it that reincarnates? What is it that reincarnates? You ponder over this, and it is the desire for life, desire to live, desire of all kinds. Desire leads to the rebirth. That is what Buddha also taught. So we must think of our desire and how we can become desireless by the intelligence or intuition or viveka, discriminating right and wrong, and gradually how we can become desireless so that we can become unselfish. Otherwise, we are selfish. We have many desires to fulfill ourselves first. Selfish, we are feeding. So this is important teaching of Theosophical Society. Think over reincarnation. What is it that reincarnates? It is our hate. Hate is immortal thing. Love is also immortal thing. But love helps us to progress. And hate, it brings us down. So both hate and love are the immortal qualities which are present in man. Everybody will accept this. So how can we be free from the hate? How can we be free from the competitiveness? How can we be free from the quality of comparing? We can be free from all this when we understand and realize oneness of life. That is what I want to add, because we have read very nicely the book where the incarnation and that is explained very nicely. In simple words, I tried to add in it. Thank you very much, Pradeep, and also to Srivan.
Amrit.
Okay.
Amrit.
नमस्कार प्रदीप जी।
हाँ,
नमस्कार।
yes.
आप मैं जैसे कि
सुषमा जी।
संडे साहब ने तो बता दिया कि लॉ ऑफ नेसेसिटी है हमारा जो है वो रीइंकार्नेशन। मुझे ये बात याद आई कि जातक कथाएं मैंने पढ़ी हैं, उसमें बुद्ध ने 564 जन्म लिए थे, तब जाके उनको बुद्धत्व प्राप्त हुआ था। और वो हर जन्म में कॉपरेशन, कंसीडरेशन, सिंपैथी, एम्पैथी, कंपैशन के स्टेज पे पहुंचे। तो सारी प्रक्रिया जो है अपने को जानने की है। अरस्तु ने भी कहा है कि नोइंग योरसेल्फ इज द बिगिनिंग ऑफ ऑल विजडम। और जब हमको वह प्रज्ञान प्राप्त हो जाएगा तब हम वही हो जाएंगे। असल में हमारी सारी यात्रा ब्रह्म होने की है, निर्वाण प्राप्त करने के लिए। इसीलिए कहा जाता है कि वो हम नॉलेज से उसको प्राप्त नहीं कर सकते, हम इस डिजायर से उसको प्राप्त नहीं कर सकते। डिजायर तो हमको मोटिवेट करती है इस संसार में फंसने की, लेकिन जब हम बुद्धि अपने प्रज्ञान से काम लेते हैं। एक बार मुझे प्रदीप जी की बात याद आ रही है कि उन्होंने कहा था, इट इज अ लॉन्गेस्ट जर्नी फॉर शॉर्टेस्ट डेस्टिनेशन। यानी हम तो ब्रह्म है ही, लेकिन चूंकि हमने अपने को इतना आवरण में फंसा रखा है कि हमें उसका बोध नहीं होता। और हमारा लक्ष्य जो है वो निर्वाण प्राप्त करने का है। इसीलिए हम बार बार जन्म लेते हैं। और मुझे एक बात याद आ रही है कि जो 7 रेजेस हैं, हमारी 7 रे हैं, फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ, फिफ्थ, सिक्स्थ, 7, तो उसमें हम हर रीइंकार्नेशन में अपने वो क्वालिटी को जो है एनहेंस करते हैं। और फिर हम जब वो क्वालिटी एनहेंस करते हैं, हमारी कॉजल बॉडी में वो क्वालिटी एक्युमुलेट करती है, और बाद में हम उन्हीं सद्गुणों के साथ पुनः जन्म लेते हैं। और एक समय ऐसा होता है कि हम रीइंकार्नेशन के स्टेप पार करते करते हम वही हो जाते हैं। इसीलिए कहा है ब्रह्मविद ब्रह्मैव भवति। फिर हम वही हो जाते हैं। तो हमारा वही होने की प्रक्रिया के कारण ही हमारा इनवॉल्यूशन होता है, और इस संसार में सीखने के लिए आते हैं तो हमारा इवोल्यूशन होता है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद प्रदीप जी ने मुझे सब अवसर दिया बोलने।
धन्यवाद। तो जी नमस्ते। यस जी, anyone like to add anything?
Yes sir.
Yes, Rajkishore sir, tell me. Can you open your video, Rajkishore?
थैंक यू।
Yes.
एक्चुअली आज मैं ये पुनर्जन्म का जो पार्ट 2 सेशन है इसको सुना।
हाँ,
मैं इसमें कुछ ऐड करना चाहता हूँ आप लोगों के लिए।
अच्छा।
पूरे वर्ल्ड में 8 अरब लोग रहते हैं। भारत में 150 150 करोड़ लोग हैं। और आज जब मैं इस जूम में देख रहा था तो मुझे दिखा कि केवल 12 लोग इसमें अवेलेबल है। पिछले जो ये जो में आप पर चर्चाएं हुई उसमें 22 लोग थे। इसमें आज केवल वाली मैक्सिमम 12 पहुंचे।
Okay.
तो कहीं ना कहीं लगता है कि ये रीइंकार्नेशन वाली बात बोल रहे हैं, ये केवल पुनर्जन्म का सिद्धांत सोल के लिए लागू होता है या हमारे टीएस सोसाइटी पर भी लागू होता है? क्या हमारे टीएस सोसाइटी के जो संचालन करने वाले हैं, जो डायरेक्टर्स हैं या जो इसको मॉडरेटर हैं, क्या उनको ये नहीं लगता कि इसमें भी पुनर्जन्म का थ्योरी लागू किया जाए जो हमारे हाथ में? बर्थ एंड डेथ आर नॉट कंट्रोल इन आवर सेल्फ, उसको हम कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते, बट चॉइस इज इन आवर कंट्रोल। हम चॉइस को, जो हमारे पास विकल्प है वो मेरे कंट्रोल में।
तो व्हाट इज योर क्वेश्चन?
या क्वेश्चन इज दैट सर कि रीइंकार्नेशन है ये केवल सोल का एवोल्यूशन और सोल का जो जिसको बोलते हैं पूर्णत्व की प्राप्ति, फिजिकल बॉडी टू आदि शक्ति तक जाना और कॉजल बॉडी तक पहुंच के और इच्छाओं के कारण पुनः वापस आ जाना। जब हम कॉजल बॉडी तक पहुंचते हैं, फिजिकल टू कॉजल एंड बैक टू अगेन फिजिकल, ये तो समझ में आता है कि ये सोल का हो रहा है। पर हमारा जो टीएस सोसाइटी है इसमें पुनर्जन्म कब होगा और कैसे होगा, इस पर ज्यादा सोचने का जरूरत है। बनिस्पत ये कि सोल में क्या हो रहा है, सोल में सोचने के लिए तो बड़े बड़े महात्मा आप लोग जैसे संत मौजूद हैं और वो हमें शिक्षा दे रहे हैं। पर ये जो अभी हम लोग जो 12 दिखते हैं, 1 घंटा के लिए आते हैं, केवल ओनली 12, इसमें क्या पुनर्जन्म लागू नहीं होगा? मेरे हिसाब से इसमें तो और ज्यादा लागू होना चाहिए, क्योंकि कर्मा का थ्योरी और सोल का एवोल्यूशन हमको लग रहा साथ साथ चलता है। और कर्मा और इच्छाएं, अगर वो कॉजल बॉडी से बैक टू फिजिकल बॉडी आ रहा है, तो मेरा तो ये सत्संग है, ये चर्चाएं है, ये नॉलेज है, ये विजडम का एवोल्यूशन हो रहा है, विजडम का एडुकेशन हो रहा है, इसको हम क्यों नहीं बढ़ा रहे, इसका पुनर्जन्म क्यों नहीं कर रहे? This is my question, sir.
Okay. So what I understand from
Talked about कि every soul is having
I
different types.
understood from your question that only 12 members attended. That I am telling something, Rajki sir ji, that this channel, YouTube channel of Theosophy India, it has more than 700 subscribers. So immediately the moment it is closed, it will circulated to more than 700 people throughout the world, not in India. That is one part. So suppose only 12 attended live, 1 or 2 attended YouTube channel. There are many within, if you search it after 1 month, there will be more than 50, more than 100. The people have seen this YouTube channel or listened this YouTube channel. This is one part. So this attending 12 person or by 22 attended Mahatma Letter classes, that is when that is say to say number is immaterial. For us, how will express the truth, how will present the truth to the outside through a social media, that is more important. So even if 12 attended, even if 22 attended, there are many who will come tomorrow, day after tomorrow, after 1 week, they will listen this YouTube channel. So I marked every time that the watchers increased. And even watchers they will watch after even 1 month. I marked one gentleman from Russia. He never attended our TS program, but when he met me in Adair, he just recognized me that you are doing Theosophy India. I have listened. So the immaterial is our strength we are attending. That is one part. Second part, we cannot force the listener, the audience, the members to join this Theosophy India. It is up to them. We are giving each and every one through WhatsApp, through others, to kindly attend. So our aim is to create interest, theosophical knowledge within the speaker, within the members of Theosophical Society. I am quoting Tim Boyd. Just few months back, he told that most important thing of a study class, of a seminar, of a lecture is important is for one person. He will get maximum benefit. Who is that person? That person is Amrit. Amrit has gone through for 2 days or 3 days. He discussed, he interpreted, and he presented. So the most benefit of this speech is Amrit Priyadarshi. That is more important. And the second thing, this is important is we are sitting 12 or 10. Mahatma mentioned 3 people is sufficient to survive the Theosophical Society. And we have more than 3. So we require quality, not quantity. So if we have quality, then the Theosophical Society will go on. No enemy will disturb this. All these things have. And say the important point which I was in mind to add, Amrit has spoken.
Sir, one more thing I want to add in this in your speech. जैसे किसी महात्मा ने कहा कि 3 आदमी का होना जरूरी है, बोला कि चर्चाओं के लिए 3 आदमी होना जरूरी नहीं सर, बोला केवल 2 आदमी होना जरूरी है, और आपके अपने टीएस मामले में केवल 1 होना जरूरी है, क्योंकि मास्टर इज नॉट अवेलेबल इन टीएस, मास्टर्स is not available in TS, and God is also not seen in the TS. Only the man who speaks, and the man who speaks himself here.
Okay.
तो केवल एक भी हो चर्चाएं हो जाती है, पर जब प्रोपगेशन ऑफ द TS है, मुझे लगता है कि ये इंटरनेशनली ये चीज चलता है, और लगता है कि मेरा TS में पुनर्जन्म हो, जितने डेथ हो रहे हैं उससे कम ही जन्म हो रहे हैं. This is not the right logic, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So I am quoting Dr. Anivasan. Suppose she mentioned in some book that if we follow, as Professor C.S. Sindhe mentioned, that we have so many incarnation is there, we have to complete it. So she mentioned in a particular book that if we follow at the feet of master, that book, suppose if you require 100 lives, if you follow sincerely, dedicatedly, and seriously, whatever given at the feet of master, either 2-3 lives you can complete this journey. So we are all in the journey to reach a perfect to reach a point that require reincarnation. बार जन्म मिलना ही हमारा काम है. The more we take reincarnation, more will be our unfoldment will be made. So that is the one point. So it depends upon us how to move faster. By moving, that we can reduce our reincarnation. That much I added, sir. Sir,
yeah. Let us understand.
Yes, sir.
This what we are studying, reincarnation, is not concerned with the number of attendants. We are studying. So for the study, whoever want to know, they can attend. There is no force at all. There is freedom of thought, and there is a freedom. That brotherhood is there. Those who come, they get benefited. And as the brother asked, it is not concerned with the attendance. And attendance won't say reincarnation. So if there is more attendance, then it is not evolved. That is also not true. So it is not concerned with the number which are attended. Secondly, he said it is not truth. Yes, reincarnation is a fact, but not truth. This is what Krishnamurti says. It may be fact that we are reincarnating lives after life, soul is growing life after life, but it is not truth. In the sense, the very truth of theosophy, three truths, soul of man is immortal. Its growth and splendor has no limit. So, whatever soul growing, it has no limit. It is just, and we are connecting it with the events that are occurring during involution and evolution. So we are having this philosophy of reincarnation as the law. There are laws in the spiritual realm, and these karma and reincarnation are the two laws of harmony and law of necessary. So as a law we are studying. Whether you believe it or not, there is no compulsion. So it is, reincarnation is true or not, but it is a fact which is scientifically studied also. There are a number of books you can see about the reincarnation. It is a fact. But
Yes, sir.
it is not true, because soul doesn't want any kind of perfection. It is already perfect. Only the outer things are to be removed. And that takes place not at once. It takes time. So that is why we are studying this law. That's what
Okay, sir.
I want to explain.
Okay, sir. Now I request Mitalini ji to close this session with a closing prayer. Mitalini, yes.
Namaste to all. Asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurmang amrutangamaya sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramaya sarve bhadrani pashyantu na kasya dukha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, Amrit, for your nice presentation, nice interpretation in the end. Thank you, all the participants, like Professor C.S. Sinde, Brother Rajkishore Shah, Susma ji, for a nice addition. So with these wordings, I am going to close the session. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Amit. Thank you.
Thank you very much to all of
Keep
you.
it up.
Thank you, sir.